Overcoming Social Anxiety, the 30-Day Challenge to Build Confidence and Overcome Social Anxiety. Written by Skyler Mccarty, narrated by Peter J. Deflice. Introduction. Have you ever found yourself in a position wherein all you wanted was for the ground to swallow you whole? Or have you ever experienced moments in which you desperately wanted to go home and lock yourself in your room? Do you avoid office parties? Do you get irritated when other people try to make small talk when you just want to mind your own business? If your answer is yes to any or all of these questions, you are not alone. I have personally experienced situations in which I felt panic and anxiety just being around other people. There were times when I got anxious while thinking about an upcoming event and imagining what it's going to be like when the date finally arrives. I lived alone, and my home was my comfort zone. I did not want to travel to far locations, and I definitely did not want to meet new people. Moreover, there were instances wherein I completely avoided the attention of others. I avoided going to crowded places, starting a conversation with anyone, and even being active on social media. I avoided huge family gatherings and reunions because I didn't like being around relatives whom I did not really know. And even though I talked to close family members and friends, I chose not to tell them everything. Opening up to people has never been my cup of tea. I felt comfortable and at ease when I was isolated, far away from the rest of the world. I had social anxiety. It's harmless, right? You may think that being socially isolated is all right. In fact, you might even prefer it because you're not interacting with anyone. Thus, you believe that you are not causing anyone else harm. Well, actually, you're wrong. Social anxiety greatly influences people's overall quality of life. You're essentially denying yourself the opportunity to live a good life. You're hurting your family and close friends by not giving them attention and not spending time with them. You're harming everyone around you because your anxiety prevents you from functioning normally in society. When you worry too much about what other people think, you deny yourself the opportunity to be free. Your fear of criticism, sarcastic and rude remarks, and negative attention will prevent you from doing anything truly worthwhile. Likewise, negative self-talk will keep you from reaching your full potential. In other words, you won't really be happy with social anxiety. Finding the solution. Truth be told, social anxiety is more than just paranoia and self-consciousness. It's a problem that needs to be solved, especially since it can leave a person paralyzed. Being someone who went through it all and succeeded, I felt that it's necessary to help those still finding their way out. That's why I decided to write this brief yet informative guide. If you decide that you don't want to feel nerves in the social settings anymore, and that you want to be in control of your own life, then this book is for you. In this book, you will learn everything about social anxiety. You'll also see how it can affect your life. More importantly, you will discover the strategies and techniques that you can use to improve your condition. I encourage you to keep on reading and learning. As you go through every page, you increase your knowledge of this debilitating problem. The strategies and techniques mentioned in this book are backed by research, so you can rest assured that you're in good hands. As the author of this book, I only have your best interest in mind. If you follow everything written here, you will gradually escape social anxiety's chains. Your condition will improve, and your attitude towards events and interactions will get better. Keep in mind, however, that treating social anxiety begins with your own self. You have to be determined to get better. You have to decide that you no longer want to be in the dark. The first step to wellness is admitting that you have a problem and wanting to get better. Then, you have to make an effort to actually take the necessary steps. Before we start, I have to point out that I'm not a qualified psychologist, and the advice I provide in this book is only my opinion. However, as an individual who had lived with social anxiety, I think that my opinion is worth considering. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Chapter 1. What is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder is also known as social phobia. It's the kind of anxiety disorder that leads to extreme fear and panic in social settings. It involves being too concerned about what others think, as well as worrying about being embarrassed or excluded. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America, also known as the ADA.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?